You don't have to overhaul your entire life in one day, but you can start today. You just have to take one small step. If you're a single mom trying to heal and get your life together and stop feeling like everything's falling apart, I promise you it's not about doing everything, and definitely not about doing everything perfectly. It is about doing something, one tiny step at a time. Because the truth is, that's how every big change actually starts. You didn't choose this mess, but you do get to choose what comes next. Welcome back to the Restart Life Mama. I'm Bev, and around here we talk about rebuilding your life after the breakdown. If you're a single mom who's barely getting through the day, unsure how to adult, or feeling stuck trying to heal and move forward, then you're in the right place. We do healing with humor, growth with grace, and we don't wait for confidence to begin. We learn to just begin, because your best years aren't behind you, babe. They're rising from the ashes right in front of you. Make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications. All right, let's get into it. How to change your life one tiny step at a time. First, choose one small action. It seems obvious when I say it out loud right now, I'm sure, but really, how many times have you tried to overhaul your whole life? How many times have you made the perfect plan? Like, I'll start working out every day and this is the workout plan, or I'll wake up at 6 a.m. and have a whole it girl routine. That's not choosing one small action. That's trying to do something without a foundation. Choosing one small action actually looks like finding the trigger. If you know my story, then you've heard this story, and if you don't, then here's a story for you. I once upon a time wanted to wake up at 5 a.m. For months, maybe even years. I hated and shamed myself for not being able to do this. I would set my alarm and obviously hit snooze. When I finally started to figure out how to change my life, I started to look at that differently. If I want to wake up at 5 a.m., then I have to get enough sleep. To get enough sleep, I have to go to bed on time. And to go to bed on time, I need to be tired. And to be tired, I needed to stop taking the afternoon nap that happened with after-school snuggles. And so that was actually the tiny action I had to take. There are about 30 other steps I needed to take to actually wake up at 5 a.m., but I got there in just a few weeks. For today's video, I want you to envision building your dream IKEA kitchen. You know, in the first couple pages of the instructions, they run you through what tools and pieces you need, and then there's a page, just one single page, that tells you to go to a specific page for your desired outcome. Like if you want it to be on the left or the right, or off the ground or against the wall. This is that. The small action you need to start with is going to determine what you end up with. If you don't find the right starting place, you'll have to keep going back to the beginning until you get it right. Second, we need to make it a habit. There is power in what you repeat. It becomes a habit, and habits are automatic. Habits are what shapes our lives unintentionally or intentionally. Focus on doing that small action as many times as it takes to become a habit. For some people and actions, it's like 3 weeks, and for others, it can take over 300 days. That's why it's so important to make it just one thing. When I was on the journey to wake up at 5 a.m., stopping the afternoon nap only took a few weeks to become the new norm. At first, it was very intentional. Like, I packed a snack and we went to the park because I couldn't be home type of intentional. But it quickly became just part of our routine. What we do has changed over time, but breaking that habit was a key step, the trigger in changing everything. It's like going through the steps of building the IKEA furniture. You're getting used to the instructions, the tools, and the pieces. You're flipping the pages and the furniture piece is coming together. When the small action becomes a routine or a habit, you stop negotiating with yourself and just do it. Step 3 is celebrating your win. You don't need a trophy, but you do need acknowledgement. Tell yourself, I did it, because your brain needs proof that you're capable and that you're getting a reward for doing the right thing. Because building new habits is hard, and our brains are wired to run away from hard things. Celebration isn't pride, it's fuel for your progress. This is a twofold thing. Your brain actually does need a reward for doing the small thing and to keep doing it. If it's just doing a hard thing and not getting a reward, then it's going to fight you. So a little celebration is going to make you want to keep showing up. On top of that, you're going to use this as proof that you can change, that you can rewrite your life, your story, one tiny step at a time. One day down the road, you'll want to do something and you'll think to yourself that you can't do it. And the next second, you'll be pulling out every victory that got you to that very point. Skipping the nap doesn't seem like a big win. Most would probably say that that was lazy of me to do anyway. But what I see is I was able to break a habit that I didn't even see. I was able to choose something for myself at my lowest, most broken point. I was able to put one foot in front of the other and pull myself out of that deep, dark hole. And so I can continue to do just that. It's like finishing the first piece of furniture in your big IKEA makeover. You're triumphant, you can see the vision, you have faith, and you have proof that you can continue building your dream kitchen. Step 4, add another tiny step. Once your first small habit feels easy, stack another one on, whatever the next logical step is in the goal. Once I was skipping the nap, I was actually tired at night, but my phone had me in a death grip. So I had to learn to sleep without it. And if you're sitting there judging me for having this as one of the steps, what time and where are you watching this video from right now? But whatever the next small action is for you, repeat steps 1 to 3 again. Make it small enough that you can do it. Make it a habit and then celebrate it. You're not reinventing yourself overnight. You're rebuilding slowly and intentionally. Once you've gotten used to these 3 steps, the rest might just come naturally. Like building your dream IKEA kitchen, you just keep banging out the cabinets until they're all ready to assemble, which is where step 5 comes in. Build a support system. Tell someone what you're doing. It can be a friend, a community, even right here in the comments. Accountability isn't pressure, it's encouragement. It's having someone say you're doing great, don't stop now, on the days you feel like giving up. Or learning from someone else's mistakes. Or getting correction if you misstep. Joining Facebook groups was the first step I took in growing a new community. I actually learned a lot and I felt a lot less alone. Making mom friends and being part of the church community also made the biggest difference. But honestly, that came a little later with more vulnerability and healing. Building a support system is like when you get to the point where you need to hang the cabinets. You might be able to do it yourself, but it's a lot easier, safer, and definitely more secure when you have willing people that see your vision and want to help you get there. Step 6, track your progress. Use a planner, a checklist, a journal, or a calendar. Seeing progress builds momentum, and that momentum builds your confidence. Even one check mark means I showed up for myself. And use it to reflect on how far you've come. It's easy when you're growing to get sucked back into the perfectionism, get it done now mentality, but honestly, it's just repeating steps 1 to 3 over and over and over again. Keeping track of your progress will keep you going at a steady pace, will keep you uplifted when you feel low, and keep you focused on where you're going. Skipping the nap and putting the phone up were huge steps in my journey, but once I got to waking up at 5 a.m., I needed to remember what I was doing it for, where I had come from, and where I was going. It's like checking the plans you had drawn out for your dream kitchen and making sure everything is working out the way it should and adjusting when needed. Step 7, adjust and be flexible. As with every grand plan, there will be times when you need to adjust. Some days you'll fall off, you'll be tired, distracted, overwhelmed, or be on day 28 of your cycle. That's not failure, that's life. The win is getting back up faster than last time. You don't need to start over, just start again. Keep going, without shame, guilt, or being mean to yourself. That is how you get to your goal. And to do this, we go to step 8, reflect weekly. At the end of each week, pause. What worked? What didn't? What can you do next week that can make it better? Reflection turns effort into wisdom. You're using your own data to grow and make changes effectively, but none of it will actually be useful if you don't use step 9, practicing self-compassion. Progress without kindness becomes punishment. Talk to yourself like someone you love, like you would your kid learning something new, because you are. You're learning, you're building, you're probably doing things a new way for the first time ever. Give yourself space and opportunity to truly learn and establish a strong foundation, and then to actually develop the skills you need to be her, the woman you've wanted to be. And finally, step 10, tackle bigger goals gradually. Those little habits you're building, they're preparing you for the big stuff. Rebuilding finances, healing from heartbreak, creating a new future for you and your kids. You're creating your dream kitchen one step at a time. You're creating a reality that will grow and become the life you've always wanted to live, one small action at a time. If you've made it this far, I've got some goodies for you. The first is the Next Chapter Planner. It's a free guided planner I created to help you slow down, breathe, and actually figure out what's next. Inside, you'll map out where you are right now, what needs to shift, and what small steps you can take to start moving forward without the pressure to have it all figured out. It's the perfect place to start if you've been feeling stuck, scattered, or unsure where to even begin. You can download it free through the link in the description below. And when you're ready to go deeper, to move past just planning and actually rebuilding, that's where the Restart Plan comes in. It's a self-paced, under 5-hour video course designed for women like us who are ready to heal, rebuild, and rise again with structure, hope, and real results. It walks you through exactly how to rebuild your routines, mindset, and confidence one step at a time without the overwhelm. And it's under $50 because getting your life back together shouldn't be out of reach. So start where you are, with grace, with faith, and with one small step. Because your best years aren't behind you, babe. They're rising from the ashes right in front of you.